been on social media, listened to radio, watched TV, and read online platforms this week, then you have heard about the comparison of funerals between Afia Schwarzenegger and Mzbel. But what actually goes into a befitting burial? My guests and I are seated. We discuss these and more on Bloggers Forum on Ghana Web TV. My name is Venice Oparijan and I'm sitting in for Abrantipa. We'll be right back. Welcome back. If you want that entertainment show that gives you deep information, everything about entertainment, then this is Bloggers Forum. And today on my show, I have this man. How many years has it been? Back from, is it 2015 or 2016?
Yeah, 2014, I think.
Don Capo. The history behind the word Don Capo. Mystic Mike.
Oh yeah.
He's a writer and then the owner for blackpepper.com, right?
Yeah, I am managing editor.
Nice. And then my Vivid Vida, right?
Yes.
I don't know, so make her Vivid Nia.
Okay,
Vida Duchmua is a columnist. She's the first female
spokesperson.
Yes.
For an award scheme.
Yes.
Which is 3 Music.
Yeah.
Sister, what are you up to?
We're gearing up for the main event, 26th of March. So now the first list, yes, few days. The first list of performers are out. Kwame Eugene, Kidi, Black Sheriff, Ohima, Mercy. The list is on Sina, So, Akwabwa, Kwekudalin, Muna, For Real, Charlie.
Fully packed.
Charlie. And this time, we are not having pre-recorded or pre-taped performances. All the experience we gave the month for last year, we are carrying it to the stage live.
Nice one.
So month for should watch out for the 3 Music event. Grand Arena, so quickly dial *899*36# for your tickets and rep there. 250 regular, 350 VIP. Very cool.
Nice one.
Cool one. So they shouldn't miss this.
Okay.
I hope you're coming.
I am coming. Now, right than a PRO for Kirimis Kaya.
Don't have an excuse. You don't have an excuse.
Free your mind segments. Mystic.
Yeah.
So what is bothering you? You have to free your mind.
Well,
next segment.
It's just an observation following the reconstitution of the board members for GAMRO. I see that we still have old faces still representing. Madam Diana Hobson, Kofi Abraham, Reso Wusuma Fo Rexoma, Francis Boahin Yao Ajimambedu, Elizabeth Tego, and Francis Omari Adolfo. They are now the board, of GAMRO. But the thing is, what is new? What can be expected of this leadership? Not too long ago, Shatawale had raised concerns that for many, many years, he hadn't gotten any fans from being from his music being played and for GAMRO tracking it, except they brought 30,000 Ghana cedis over, I think, nearly a decade. And some said even Shatawale, who is so prolific, will be getting 30,000 over many, many years. What then happens to others who are not so much gifted and don't have that repertoire of music to demand, more? And so I have observed that a lot of the well-to-do artists or whose music is breaking the barrier or the bounds, the Kiddies, the Kwame Eugenes, the King Promises, and all the others, when you go on their YouTube page and you check the details there, you see that at the bottom of it, licensed to. There's always licensed to a UK firm, a US firm, or something. It tells you that it is where they make the bulk of their money. And I was suspecting that GAMRO being one in that business as well, the licensing, the tracking, the distribution, the monitoring, I was hoping that we would have our artists at the bottom of that list licensed to GAMRO. But you don't get to see this. And it's been a source of worry for me. Initially, when this thing started, we might have had GBC and then Ghana Radio or Unique FM. So the tracking must have been much easier. And early on, when the private media started coming in, the Joy FMs, the Sunny FMs, the Choice FMs, the Vibe FMs, you could still track. It was still easy to track. But then in our current dispensation, where there is tons and hundreds of radio stations, television stations, and other platforms, GAMRO must put in technological interventions to be able to have the muzzle and the intelligence to be able to track the music played on the various platforms of these artists. It is the only way they can truly get the revenue deserving of these artists. Other than that, anything else would be a sham. And so I would urge the leadership, Diana Hobson from Dana Akiomi, Rex Osafo, as we know as Resoma. I mean, these people we've known since growing up, since becoming teenagers. I would have thought that by now they would have felt the need to let the others come in, others with fresh blood, others with new ideas, others with technological insights, data analysis, and all the others to come in. But it appears that the old guard are not ready to let go. And it is most, it's a curious development, I would say.
A curious development. Vida.
Yeah.
Your mind on.
Quick one, 3 things. First is Kisa Beckley.
Yes.
I think an interview on delay, and lots of people are talking about it, say we're denying the son and all that. I mean, she has every right to keep that side of her life private. I don't see why Uncle for bashing or for saying, say, Oniba. I don't know if that was the right response, though. Maybe I'm a baba, then I don't want to talk about him. But to quickly go on to the interview, deny, and then do a video, YouTube being and baby, I say, even after the interview, she wants to get more attention. I think, say, Uncle phone Jane how. Or no, now, then she decides what she puts out. I think
because of the critics and inside, and I will release a video.
A video, yeah, talking about, say, on Penny Bass and all that. I mean, at age, at stage of industry, you didn't expect that Delay was going to ask questions about Otona Wakoyen and Gua. It was going to go beyond that. It's an old quiet, then you know, and Delay won't call you and come and play games with you. She knows what she's about. And you need to prepare yourself before you go ahead there. But I'm thinking, say, she was too excited to, have another opportunity to talk about the Botox and the surgery. I don't have any problem if you want to do surgery, to enhance your beauty. But said the already emphasis on that aspect of your life, Make sure, say, when you're doing the movies and other productive things, you draw needed attention to it so that the young ones out there looking at you, will not limit popularity and answer achievement in the industry only to a Toby Awakoye. So that is what I want to say. Then the second one is Gloria Safo. I think say the death of Nemamen is taking a toll on her, and you can feel sexually she's hurt. She's genuinely hurt. Utumu say ahano. Even her posts, her activities on social media and all that, you can tell. And I'm surprised, say, with all the work that she's done in the industry, from Afia to movies to voiceovers to influencing, music to influence. I mean, me who's our love, from the fans, say pour down towards her. Is it because she's not making the funeral, like a fashion show? Is it because that is how you mourn? I mean, said the path she has chosen, that is how you mourn. But I'm not seeing the outpour of odor from the fans, knowing the Juma why you were industry. It is our man for a dream baswa. Say ye ni nubia besenko. Obisusu DNA. This is how she's chosen to mourn ne mami. So I think say we need to give her the love and the needed attention. No some fancy. Now, lastly, I'll talk about Abnakoko. I think there was Sunday Edimi and Sambi Abba Yabrel. We are tired of this nonsense. Yet now the biaka say a rabba unwakoju orgasm. Why should that be our problem? Once they did not rape you, no harass you sexually, now consent to that act, Stop disturbing Nkrofo with this kind of nonsense. You made us understand so we were mental issues. You are diagnosed with bipolar. Now, if you go about like this now, we best stopping other mental health issues, conform more mental health issues from getting the needed attention and support and even funding of their programs. Look at the time in Audi Asemi Ababem. Stone Boy is preparing to release the album.
And also a concert.
And also a concert. Share Asamoah is coming up with new book launch. He's going around inviting ambassadors to, you know, to come and support him whilst on launching a book. And this is the time you chose to draw the attention from the good works they are doing to yourself. And see, and she rightly said, say, she's provoking them so that they can harm her because she's not capable of harming herself. And if you make such a pronouncement, do you think, say, you better take you serious? And at this stage, you know, yabre, A+, wherever you are, I'm calling on you. Fire now through for the first time. Anuajo, revive it. Allow us to appreciate these people and their talent.
That is vivid vibe and I tuning. Can you ever break? You'll go for Vogue.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Vogue on Bloggers Forum on Ghana Web TV. My name is Rabina Everett. We are still in Ghana month celebrating our 65th year, and I'm telling you, it is totally amazing. Today we are going to be looking at 4 times the wife of the Vice President Samira Bawumia has slayed going to the Ghana Independence Day celebration. Right after this break, I will be back. Welcome back. This is still Vogue on Bloggers Forum on Ghana Web TV, and I am, of course, Rabina Everett. Before we went on a break, I did say we were going to be looking at 4 times Samira Bawumia has slayed at the Ghana Independence Day celebration. Taking it back to the 61st Independence Day, Samira Bawumia totally killed the look. She wore a nice, lovely, well-stitched kente, northern kente outfit. Now, this is no ordinary northern kente outfit. The outfit spoke value, it spoke class, it spoke Ghana, it spoke culture. She had on a lovely outfit. Don't know who was made by, but I loved the definitions in the outfit. It had like some mini little pink pearls on it on the shoulder side, and it had like a capey thing going on here. I don't know what this is called, but it was really, really cool. To kick everything off and to kill the look, absolutely, she had a silk pink, very soft, like you can see the fabric is real soft, scarf on her head, and that, I'm telling you, killed everything. Samira Bawumia does not go out without looking her best. When I said Samira Bawumia does not go anywhere without slaying, I was not kidding. Looking at the 62nd Independence Day celebration, Samira Bawumia totally wore and killed and slayed this well-stitched and sewed pistis outfit. It was a white fabric with some red and turquoise plus blue embroidery on the top of the outfit, and she had a mayafi, a beautiful white mayafi, to complement the whole outfit. Samira Bawumia does it for me and all of us every time. Check out the outfit. Now let's look at the 3rd time Samira Bawumia totally killed it at the Independence Day celebration. I'm talking about our 63rd Independence Day celebration. She wore a pink kaba and sleeves. Now this is no ordinary kaba and sleeves. I'm talking angles on the neck, angles on the sleeves, angles on the kaba. Like, everything was totally on point. And what killed me was the well-coiffed scarf on her head, and her makeup put and blended the whole outfit together. Samira Baumia, you are my style icon and you are a style icon to a lot of people out there. Keep slaying on us, but you need to connect us to your designer because he or she is the bomb. Finally coming to the 65th Independence Day celebration, Samira Baumia does not play with her kente and she definitely does not play with repping Africa all day, every day. She reps the culture and she makes us proud. She wore a lovely multicolored kente, you know, on the sleek side of life, and it had like a beautiful shaba. She killed it with some cream shoes and a green blouse which had extra fabric on the shoulders, forming like some round circles. She looked like, you know, yes, military, but she looked totally good with a kente scarf. I don't want to talk too much. Just check out the image and let me know what you think. You have seen it for yourself, my lovely people. Samira Baumia slays all day, every day. She is the queen of repping the kente fabric. If you ask me, she rocks it left, right, front, back, center. Yes, my lovely people, I will be back again with some more lifestyle tips and celeb profiling.
From the dawn of time, people have engaged in several businesses. With the onset of technology and innovation, life has relatively been made easier. By using debit or credit cards,
mobile banking.
Thank you. And your favorite, mobile money?
tech has indeed married business. On BizTech, we spend time with faces behind known and upcoming businesses in the country.
Learn more about the new technologies and innovation,
as well as find out about the trending issues in the world of business.
Join us as we serve you with a variety of compelling interviews, projects and others right here on Ghana Web TV.
Thank you, Arabna Everett, for this week's presentation of Vogue. We are going straight into this week's discussion. For the purposes of our readers, let me give a background to the funeral, which has now turned into a bit of competition. Mzbel organized a 40 days prayer event to honor her late father on March 5th. And then present at the event, we had Mr. Kofi Amoaben, PSC Star, DKB, Kasum Senari, Asamoah Jan, Tornado, Big Aquace, Seligali and her husband, Inapati, and so many other people. Just last weekend, Afia Schwarzenegger also held her final funeral rites for her late father on March 12th and 13th in Kumasi. Also present at the funeral were Chairman Wuntumi, Prophet Adakwa, Brother Same, the Afia gang, Tracy Wache, Diamond Apia, and they Omo Kahunina. And Kase ye funeral, that's the final last respecter. You pay to your fathers or your late father. But how come all of a sudden, I say, funerals have become a competition? If one is being described as an hour-day funeral, and the other, so it is being described as an expensive one because it was worth 2 billion. Even though Afia Schwarzenegger didn't state, say, old Ghana cedis and our new currency.
That's a nice
Vida, what do you make of this funeral tent competition?
Well, where I come from, you can't in our boom na back home. So if we have like 10 funerals in the vicinity, you have to wait until the day our hinena can say yembra together. So we have a big park after we all sit there's nothing like a jamboree or a competition, as simple as it was say then we bid farewell to will be money pana, you drop it in the bowl or baby. Now this particular funeral the dads of these two ladies around the same time. Because ana echichima so kakra but onyankopon no nim ne oye nti ono de ono pena e course. Now for Mzbel dear, I think say ne papa free mono. Na wa comporte ne ho. Kopim say me say coded of 4x4 fame. Aye nwum bia ye friend no dada tamwase. And I saw Mzbel kind of jamming to the song. And if you ocean the body language now, it was not only jamming to the song, it was as a boy could see a bias or teasing. And it looked as if say that Dama says as a result of AUC ne papa ye and they are soliciting for funds now or they are on one casa person or yet as a or the ye no SS radie or soon ni chino or the GBB. And to me who and I was like, why would you do that? Because that Dama say phrase we a phrase obi anim say efri Afia Schwarzenegger ho na ye den e baaye enti sa ensem ne korie ye no. I saw Mzbel in a video trying to explain herself say she might not have a big funeral for ne papa because of ne papa religious background and ne papa crash titi say on per funeral and ebusiafo na tena se now they are deciding say even though o can say on pe no on be ye amanana. Now, I found sa explanation not unnecessary because we now don't do papa. So also babon sem keke. Now they are bidding the farewell. Unyo be any asemka. But because okoto sa tease ni two muri yena obi say how is sa both funerals ibekon. I felt to say she felt the need to come and explain to us that if you don't see me doing something huge, just know say it is something that is coming from me papa and the family have decided. Now, Afia Schwarzenegger also wanted to use this opportunity to tell you, say, even though I'm say manual ya, even though I'm feel say Ghana for a trouble me and pema semno. Ye de minu me no kwan si wa me hu odo e chen wo. And I'm going to prove that to you through me papa funeral me ba be ye. It's just 1 week ne kwan bono. Share the kind of dignitaries are a baho. Until from then, no started making a statement to Mzbel say, we know beef no, ye transcended the aqua samando. As I see so cry me defeat too, yes, aqua samando suswa me defeat too. You know, there was fashion, celebs say baho, deco, armor, ye koto, ye say allegedly, see a ton in chim for Adriane. There was music. You see, I feel coffin, no?
You fly.
You fly. Now, I was almost say, Sabi, no Muslims, omo hawa, omo kra, omo corpse, no? Sabi, we be to maybe near the drown, na uko. But then on no person show say, one money papa, baby, papa, that the chest say, coffin, na that can, if one that can, a craft full plane. And Zana, babelandi. Then I'm asking myself, say, when you na because you can't be saying more supporting ma so why marginalize or industry ni munye say more to what end is this the kind of beef and answer the kind of tussle you say you twaswana knowing Mzbel no she's quite emotional when him say lady we do wasem to o do wasem ko nanima o fa ho nchew obeki kanadwam ono no so ne ntokwa expiration date ni hu ntokwa na expire o hia obabia o de be mema na wo ko tiziri ye no afi wagya adwuma dirty job na matonado and Tornado is going around doing all damage control and I want to nchie na one is meti kumase mpo se radio station be ko interview nchira. I mean, like,
has it gotten to that?
Why would you a whole radio station be fail be a tone nchie say man you be a super tone nchie or one and no tone saying? I mean, you want better issues to deal with. We are creative people. If you want to beef and answer, if you want to show power now, do so through your creative work. Mzbel Otonyum, what the hates be banner? Where's so yes in series be banner? I mean, can't we do sir and talk away if I ain't me an intellectual beef and now? What the son yema way in nam samu sorry I'm seeing man support. If you walk into any office, NASA also got support for project for your craft. You Google would think
the kind of stories that's so.
I mean, it doesn't sit well with me. I'm even ashamed as a woman sitting here. Now, I'm sure they would have gotten up from grave and told them, Sarah, but who disgrace me instead of giving me my final departure with respect. You know? So I'm ashamed discussing this issue. Some are sorry to make be pay ya adani fashion show be just to show off. Afe akwa could do say oh bobo and perform ye wa doye edin. Mzbel also no kokuemuno. Do you know the kind of people that supported her?
On the donation part, so I
feel very ashamed as somebody. I speak for a scheme like 3 Music, and we have a subset of the awards called the Women's Branch, where we to celebrate women in the arts. Affirmations are cut to encourage women, and you two fall within our space, our creative space. And this is how I'm really ashamed of these 2 girls.
Mistake.
Well, it could be argued that Mzbel dancing with Dada Damwase, you know, in the background wasn't to stoke any fire. That could be argued because Dada Damwase had been banging so hard, you know. What I love to say is Mzbel is the first lady of hip life. Mzbel is the first lady of hip life. She's paid her dues. And when you're talking about one of the earliest urban female celebrities, it's Mzbel, you know. And so if the dad passes away, it's going to generate interest. That's given. That's a given. The problem or the issue with Mzbel's dad's passing had to do with 2 dimensions. He was a Muslim, and so you know how Muslims go about their funeral rites. But the man was also a royal from a Kumfi, and so even upon his passing, the royals wanted to bury him in a certain way, and then his religious people also wanted to. So there was that bit also going on, but eventually. He was buried, and then the adua was done for his soul. It was that which Diamond Apia, another actor in the mix, said, our day, that was done. But if someone has passed, and then adua is to be done, it's a solemn occasion. It's not a period of merrymaking. And so I understand it was held at Bawi. Even that had significant people coming to show love to Mzbel. You've mentioned some of the names there. Party. I mean, and those were heavy hitters. People there were heavy hitters across entertainment, sports, politics, across the divide. So you cannot say even that was a child's play. Because, I mean, when I saw the visuals and the photos, I said, well, this is very gratifying that to have someone of Mzbel's stature have these people coming through. Now, for Afia Schwarzenegger, she's an accomplished MC. She's a very solid, actress and all that. So you can also take that away from her. But the only thing with Afia, as I have come to observe it, is that she is very competitive. Very competitive, and so in her mind, everything, she must be the winner. That's what I find quite intriguing about her. And so, right from the funeral, I recall seeing a video where she said, hey, now, even the presidency, or I think I chanced upon the video.
Yes, she released a
exactly.
video like that.
So, she was not shy, she was not coy about soliciting for funds and other materials for the final preparation of her dad's funeral. It was clear. She went public about it and was not coy about it at all. And so I wouldn't be surprised if she went to the various quarters, including the presidency, for which became a matter that we'll discuss subsequently. But Mzbel did not go about it that way. And so those are the 2 different things that I observed about this banter. And even at the NUS, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology Park, where the funeral rites were eventually held, I was expecting massive numbers, but I must be frank that when I looked at the visuals, I was like,
Were you disappointed?
I didn't measure up. Given the publicity, given the campaign, given the going rounds that Afia has done, I was expecting huge numbers. But
this is not to cut you, but if you had studied the beef between Afia Schwarzenegger and Mzbel, Ubehu Sebe as a part of Asante Foni be Ebuefu, because I think Mzbel was traveling to Dubai with her team.
Yeah, the attache wall.
Yes, and I think so she a sweater also. And quickly Afia was
Castigated
referring
her.
Asante Fo Mutu Kwama Kosha sweater. You know, she didn't make it a Mzbel issue. Or Asante Fo issue.
Asante.
So there were many people who even said Otumfo shouldn't have given her the space to even come to Asante Man. So about the year. So there were a section of the people
who were peeved.
Yes. So in order to have large numbers, I also saw free Accra to Kumasi.
So you think numbers?
She didn't get the numbers. I mean, to be very frank, because I
see most of the Wood stars.
Yeah, I observed the visuals and I said no. I mean, given Afia's loud mouth and given her campaign, her funeral campaign that she embarked upon.
But what about that Asante Fo or say Asante Fo? Yeah, their money.
No, because they gave her the permission to even hold the funeral there.
And
I think they deserve.
And I think she's an Asante. So, by saying that, she's saying Asante Fo, and tapping into the general pain and all that against Mzbel and all that. But hey. It's good that they've found, eventually wrapped up the rites for their respective fathers. It's good that daughters do that for their fathers, and we can only hope for greater things.
On the part of donation, was it right for Afia Schwarzenegger to be publicly declaring, say, despite Mami, 10,000 cedis, won't me Mami, 4,000, the funeral was worth 2 billion, and it's all thanks to Father Dixon, Chief of Staff, Sumami, 50,000. Was it okay? I know one. And the second one is because public declarations, there are some calls for GRA to probe for tax.
Charlie.
They are linking it
the
to
whole dimension
Sam Panchakra's daughter, Reverend Sam Panchakra's daughter. So also, they invited her for.
It was a faith check.
That was
after.
That's beating a retreat. These are people. When I say, they say, hey,
who are my people?
So they want GRA to probe.
I don't know how can you say my people? Me defending who?
It's GRA.
There is a reason why when you go for funerals now, we stay the Monday, Saturday is the burial, Sunday is a Thanksgiving service, nothing Monday at Tennessee. You see a free be say ye bu a yasika. And you Afia Schwarzenegger and come in name say Saturday now free sorry by at the end Monday yembo yasika. The web book can cry that who profit awenya. Wo ye that damwase. I mean, ono na ye di achede ne ma no. She reserves the right to publicly announce it or not. And I don't think Senkofono Chinese can man signing undertaking which say don't mention my name. But look at the parties involved. Obi owa odeni sanifa echewade a onpese benkum ni behu say wachewade. Nti se wo obi a we matured person na wo na wo say wo what to say at what time. But this is a case yes our public declaration way to spite Obi. Already now for your target will be saying the funeral our day. Internet will see more reasons why all back a case study or more back or more the evidence. What field so ready until would our day. And mind you, Mzbel, a week before the Dada Damwase funeral, no, it's not TV so, and the people that she was interviewing, she practically asked everyone, I don't know wamba me yase, I don't know wamba me yase, I don't know wamba me yase, and they were giving her reasons why. That is to tell you, say, a part of her wanted to have all those dignitaries at her funeral so she can also make a case. Is it the case says San Crofona am baninti na also so yente kasa we loud and nah? These are genuine questions, sir. Maybe, sir. But I felt say maybe a sikani free buy and a quarter say free buy. It wasn't necessary say obeboso. For the part of the private business owners, they choose some money. But when it comes to government side, some of the gifts and full soldiers need be as sorry say, say, Banisena, Omoma Brenna, already to me born someone 50,000. But I've read a story that says that the chief of staff office said they didn't give her that money. And I'm thinking, say, if truly they didn't give Afia that money, fine. But so with this kind of manner, in order to vindicate herself, she will try and look for evidence to prove, say, and you be able to so and so amount so that near our day counterparts will not use that to to tease her. Until we have to tread cautiously, baby, a year kono. And it will amaze you, say, a year back, cause disaffection for a certain voting public based on that Damuasinti, Obiko Kromotie ever cause somewhere else. That is why I'm saying we need to be cautious. If the statement has come and said, trust me, Afia Schwarzenegger will prove. If truly they gave her the money, she will prove, say, remember me true for you gave me the money. See, interested maybe could do.
Mistake.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the Instagram video. It was a video where you could see that she was appreciative. She was very, thanking the chief of staff, Madame Frema Opari Osei, Opari, for, the support, the 50,000 supposedly that she gave. And then
also aiding to
bring the coffin. And then in addition, saying that if she needed anything, she just asked. Wow. So much so that Afia had to say, Mama, tumuda.
You're sounding like her now.
Mama, tumuda. So the question is, Madame Frema, as the first female chief of staff, has she so far discharged her duties, said that she will make a case for other females to be chosen ahead of their male counterparts when it comes to the chief of staff office? On this, I go back to Mario Puzo's The Godfather. The Godfather, in Italian mafioso families, do not choose anybody to be consigliere. The consigliere has to be an Italian with both parents being Italian. But for Tom Hagen, he was an Irish orphan who was going hungry, and one of Don Vito Corleone's sons befriended, and so became part of the family and was raised in the family, completing law school, and eventually choosing to work for the Don against much opposition from the other families. That he's an Irish, how can he be a consigliere when he's not Italian? But the attributes that Don Vito Corleone saw in Tom Hagen proved to be enduring, because in the end he served his Don very well. A chief of staff is like the consigliere. You are the filter between you and there's so many people who want to see the Don. Sometimes the Don gives you explicit commands that I don't want to see this person. But the consigliere has to go about it in a certain way that the person does not feel spited and so get to hate the Don. So that the Don always keeps a very fine face. But the dirty job has to be done by somebody. And so, even at the funeral grounds, when people do donations, sometimes, I'm an MC, I've done funeral MCing and all that. Sometimes people come to you, give you the money, but say, Momidin, Kachengbe, Iswona Nuhe. They give you the money, they say, no, make it Nicodemously. And so for Afia, one of her weaknesses is not being discreet. That is a major weakness. That she is always in competition in her mind. Everything is competition. Everything is in competition. Why did you have to come out and put the poor woman under such scrutiny?
On the scrutiny, I want to read a statement from the Alliance for Foot Soldiers Advocacy. They call themselves AFA. And this is their subheading: Empower Foot Soldiers, not opportunistic media personalities. AFA. Alliance for Foot Soldiers Advocacy, AFA, is gravely scandalized over revelations by controversial media personality Valentina Najewa alias Afia Schwarzenegger to the effect that Madame Akosia Fremont Pare paid flight expenses for her late father's casket and topped up with 50,000 as funeral donation. Inasmuch AFA is sympathetic to the plight of bereaved individuals, we find it extremely difficult to understand and accept the logic behind this particular gesture, considering the opportunistic character involved in the times we found ourselves. We say this because Afia Schwarzenegger contributed nothing to the MPP's success victory in the 2016 general elections. Rather, and as a matter of fact, she used her platform to make mockery of then opposition leader, candidate Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo prior to the 2016 elections. It is therefore shocking why a few years down the line, with the MPP in power, the chief of staff as well as senior government officials will suddenly forget the pain she caused the party, reward her beautifully to the annoyance of party members whose toil and sacrifices birthed the fruits of government.
Father Dixon cried the caveat, say, Afia, we are giving you this money, we don't want it to be public. But in her own video, she said, Father Dixon, what's my name moso? Now my moso, I want to be moso. Somebody who told you that, look, keep this, we are supporting you, you are in need, or you are whatever. Times are hard, take this. And they gave you a caveat. But this woman still found the need to let it known what Father Dixon gave. For the food soldiers, I can blame them. I cannot blame them. People want access to power. People have won scholarships. They need support to pay some of the fees they do not get. People want to come and see these elected officers. Oh, bro, Charlie, help. They are made to sit at the offices of these MPs, ministers, deputy ministers, director generals for hours upon hours. Oh, Abeba, he's in a meeting. He will get back to you. You wait 2 hours. Oh, he will get to you 3 hours. They've been made to wait, go and come. But these food soldiers, who are they? They are the ones who throng the markets. They are the one who goes to the churches. They are the one who goes to the rural areas, the homes. They visit farmers on their farms. They risk limbs by traveling long kilometers, distances,
to campaign,
preaching the message of the party. But how is it then that someone who supported John Mahama and the NDC, and then after some time said, who said there's a new place, that there's a new source of soup boiling, I can hear the flavor of this soup, quickly turned and came back to the MPP. This person owes no allegiance, owes no loyalty to anybody but themselves. It is to themselves and only they. And so when I hear people agitated and are very downhearted, that if someone like this, who owes no allegiance to anyone, is even getting access, and then gets 50,000, and then gets a carte blanche that anything you need, if you need more, come back to me. On the heels of giving 120,000, that Kennedy Japan made us know. It's very worrying, Dennis. It's very worrying, especially when we are being pummeled for the e-levy, that we do not have money. It does appear that the state has no money, but there's enough in individual pockets.
Anybody that says that Afia Schwarzenegger didn't contribute anything to the MPP, they can know it true for. Because if you know politics very well, these deflections, it play a very important role with the voting public. So, especially floating voters, stands, it plays a role. Mind you, look at her following on social media. Regardless of how I feel sending you maybe to encourage she may have die-hard fans. Such people are controlled by idols like Afia Schwarzenegger. If they choose to follow MPP, it happens all the time. There are people in the MPP now and NDC now holding positions that they had to deflect from their party to the so it's a normal political practice. So if you say we may not have studies to back the number of people she was able to, push to the MPP, but to say making any impact is a lie. Because she has following, and that is why some of the politicians want to tap into some following until Drew December near Kotuaba. They get the artists to to campaign for them because they know it's a sure way of tapping into their fan base and getting them to vote for them. So anybody who says one benefit, I don't think that is it. But I feel the pain of the foot soldiers. But then again, you should know anti-frema you'll be a sebio or tiwe or wonisika. Anti 50,000 is not something that is so big, so huge, extraordinary for her. To me, fan chardy. That is not what we are saying. She can. Or will it be an old macram pad? Maybe to me, I back together and get that money for her to do the oil. But Neria Ababa way the Gina Abontia or the who obi because a commodore. No, do any crime, no, me to trade any good for ma. I don't think you're going to be happy with me. That is where I think problem no. But as to whether she did something, contributed something for the party, I think she did.
On the part of whether Sikani is coming from Chief of Staff packets or not, ASEPA is calling for a probe into it. They want to know whether she donated on behalf of the government or from the coffers of the government or her own packet. Do you think the calls for the probe is in the right direction?
It's in the right direction, but I don't assume from even before probe Nibashasi, because there's a statement coming from the office denying, say the chief of I stand to be corrected, say no crazy if you want there's a denial, say no payments of that nature has been made. Until say Afia Schwarzenegger will come and prove no say if you me check, if you send me momo, if you send me say no. That probe atones you even on
deniability is a snack of politicians. Denying things. That's their snack.
No, but if you have proof, why don't you show
that's their snack. It is why there are leaks, even in government systems and machinery. When someone is pissed off and say, you are denying this in the public, and they leak it to a media house or a media person. It is why we have neutral agencies, state agencies.
No, but this is a probe. We should set up a commission.
It's why
you cannot come and defend your case by saying it's a leak. You need evidence to back it.
That's what I'm saying. It is. That's one arm of it. Another arm of it is why we have state agencies whose remit is to probe into these things. The special prosecutor should not only be targeting NDC officials. These are clear matters that it can also, shine its light. The EOCO can also take it upon itself, come in, Shraj is there. Yeah. This is why you go and draw salaries.
But Nipa now also probe, not seem interest.
Yeah, but of course,
so what are you going to prove? They will
deny. So if you are denying, the person, the supposed recipient,
so they can check her account
so you,
to see
the third party, will
such
come
amounts hit the account on what day, and I mean,
you come in and these are some of the things.
And this whole mess.
Because Bernice, the times we live in are very perilous times, very difficult times for individuals, for families. People are parking their vehicles to now join commercial transport. People cannot fuel their vehicles any longer. People cannot afford 3 square meals a day in this country. People are working 4 a.m., coming back at home 10 p.m., and are earning 1,500, earning 2,000, and have 2 kids whose school fees they have to pay, whose meals are on them, whose medical bills are on them, whose rent, utilities, and all the others are on them. This country is in a state that must not tolerate and look easy on wastage.
On this same foot soldiers release, Afia Schwarzenegger has come out to kind of respond to them or say Ono na ne papa ewu na onya donations. And if you also want to receive donations, then you can kill your father.
Imagine.
Do you think her response was in the right direction?
It's a reckless.
Imagine this, Benny.
It's a reckless statement, Charlie. You cannot. You are putting pepper in people's eyes. The reason why they are calling for a probe is, Oman will say you've gotten donations, not even in excess, to the point say, Adani Agro, I wouldn't perform fail. So to tell me, say, if you want such donations, go and kill your father, no. I mean, she should retract that statement. It doesn't speak well of it. But then again, no, court crapper, she can back her case up and say, "Maybe a comedian." It's a Bibiana Meka, it was all fun, serious. That is who's is in the state in the social media. I'm say a comedian or the NE also. So any Bibiana was say fun, serious, because most comedians pick serious issues, no matter lightweight with their comics near the end. You know, she can defend herself with that, but it doesn't sound well to me.
Afia is one interesting character, I got to say, or one interesting character. But she has friends in high places. That's the thing also. Because other than that, some want even to sniff the air around these people of power. They do not get. But here she is. Access to despite, access to obtain, access to this, access to this. What is left is just to be discreet and mind your business and not try to always spite people. If she hadn't gone on this exercise of spiting Mzbel, all of these wouldn't have been an issue. As Vivacious mentioned, you know, Madame Frema has worked with the UN. She has been a lecturer. She has served as a deputy minister under John Kufuor. And today she's a chief of staff. So, Wabobra, she has made some money. At least I hear people $50. So 50,000 might not be, you know, an issue. But for the office she occupies now, the public office that she is in now, and by extension, anything she does is an extension mirrored on Nana Akufo-Addo. That is the mirroring that people are getting. That if you say this state is in dire needs, and NPP politicians have gone around saying that if we do not pass the e-levy, we will not have money to pay workers, we will not have money to even finance our obligations, and yet there's so much enough in private pockets to dole out and do all these things. It is that which generates the mistrust among the citizenry and the leadership.
A mistake. This is a serious problem, but the way you are presenting it, you're making it sound so nice that we will not see that it's actually a problem.
Oh, it is a problem.
You know, the way you're presenting it is a problem. So why are you talking like that? It's making it not seem like it is a problem. So please.
It is a problem.
Break it down for us.
And we just hope that...
Mystic, well, final words.
My final words...
Okay.
Well,
Kinata
has won songwriter, I think 3 times or 4 times in a row.
Consecutive.
At the VGMA. So his penmanship is so excellent. You can take it away from the boy or the guy. He can even rival some of the veterans around. And then it's little wonder then that he's been, one of his songs is up for observation, up for, you know, scrutiny at the university. I think
level 200 students.
Level 200
Things fall apart.
Things fall apart. I think it follows on the heels of Ochami Kwame, if I recall. Ochami Kwame also had one of his songs studied in the university as well. So Kofi Kinata, having come a long way from Odoko, where he used to, you know, hobnob with a few of my friends, to the heights that he has attained. I wish you very well, my brother. Keep on keeping on.
Master, I'm not going that tangent. Kenya says, because of the literary devices we use to simile, metaphor, onomatopoeia, in the song. Now, the other one is also the lyrical arrangement. Master, what's in an aquarium? What's your pub? Things fall apart. Mimi who says a replica of Pabobo, Unyami Sumponi, now by your comfort, Unyami Sumponi, now by your Woodini, yes, I saying the Asipa, Nadani. It's just theme now or no building, and he picked it, and or dear Nama 4 club in him and in my bishop. I don't see how I get so extraordinary from the classic we've enjoyed from Pabobo. Any Nana Kwame and Pedro service when you're baby go. It's a KNUST. Don't be lazy. Oh, per lyrical arrangements. Per literary devices. Munko mochi. Black Chinese. Munko na munko sample songs. Na munya se muti onoma. Ne moshe wo YouTube kwa na mo study o school. Also KNUST shouldn't be lazy. The literary devices kwani lyrical arrangements dia. On to Kwame and Pedunyo, on to Pabobo, Black Chinese, on to Brand, even a match the day. What's the dinner? What's that?
I don't know final words.
I don't know if final words. They are being lazy.
Couldn't it be that
lazy
resonates more with the urban students?
The
urban class.
If you don't study where you are coming from, you can't just jump from the back and get into urban. You're free baby musically, and you have a bit Drew Sarge anyway. So me, I would prefer Pabobo because no mama who say unyami sumponi is a theme that you can sing about. So no be any things fall apart. And they shouldn't be lazy. We are coming from somewhere musically, moon tracing from the roots and understand how these guys are doing what they do now. Amunya dia mo church.
By the Duchumwa, she's a columnist. On an outside in Casisiano. And Mystic Mike. He writes for blackpepper.com.
Mystic Mike, he writes for Black Pepper. That is how you have to end.
Vivacious. Easy now. Easy now,
Vivacious. He speaks like one of the big six. Yes, sir.
Easy now, easy now.
Mekai will say, if you go on Ghana Web TV or YouTube, we have released some new or latest of our programs. Eche Asisu, a release new one on Untold. George AEC, a release another one on Say It's Loud. Mons and Cuddles by Ama Brunion, also release another one. If you have time, just go on our YouTube platform and then you get all of these full programs on our YouTube platform. Efreme Beneso Parijan and I sat in for Benefo Boaben Abrantepa. See you another time.